Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video. This is the monthly preview where we'll go through all the series, all the games in the month of June, and I'll give you my prediction to how we're going to do. But let's go back to May. First of all, we had a great month of May. I even underestimated us. I said it was the toughest month of the year, but we found a way to win 21 games. I said 20-18, somewhere around there. 21-8 was our record. I mean it. I think that was our toughest month. It doesn't get easier, but it doesn't get harder, I guess, either. So, I mean, we played some good teams in the month of May. We get a couple of them again in June, but I think we're solid. We're rocking it. We are scoring runs, and our team shows up almost every day. We hit 56 home runs in the month of May, which is a franchise record. We should have hit 58. How do we not hit 58 and tie or set the MLB record? I don't get it. The last two games, we haven't hit a home run, but we've done well otherwise. And another thing, in the month of May, we scored 3 runs in every game but one, right? I believe one time we did not score 3 runs. I thought we did in every game in the month of May. 24 straight games with at least 3 runs. And I was going back looking at all the information, the stats. I could only find where we lost, or not even lost, but we only scored 2 runs or less 6 times. Again, New York, which is May 6th, that was the game where it got cut short in 8 innings. We might have had a chance in the 9th inning, but probably not. The only time in May. Then we lost to Houston, 7-1. We lost to Houston, 11-0. We also beat them 1-0. And then in Philly, we lost 2-1. And against Cleveland, right at the beginning of the year, we won 2-0 and lost 2-1. So 7 games, I believe, 6 or 7 games. That's it. Out of 54 games this entire season, that's awesome. So, I mean, we've been scoring runs, and I think with our schedule for June, there shouldn't be a reason why we shouldn't be able to do something like that again. So, let's talk about June. We start with Tampa Bay. We finish our 2 games against Tampa Bay, and I'm going to go ahead and say we need to split, right? I said we need to split this entire series. I said we'll win the 2 middle games, and, you know, we might not win the last game, but since that video I did, the previewing Tampa Bay, they do have Chirinos now. Yanni Chirinos, who has a 3 ERA, 42 strikeouts, a whip of .8 tonight pitching against Gibson, and a non-disclosed announced person tomorrow. So, yes, Chirinos is okay. I still think we get the win tonight, and, you know, since Stanek's not pitching, maybe he will a little bit later in the game. But Odorizzi, he's been solid. I don't think there's a reason we should lose these 2 games. I say we split, right? I say we split, but realistically, we should win these next 2 games and start 2-0. Cleveland, it's going to be tough in Cleveland. I say we win 2 because Cleveland's really struggled. They really kind of suck. They've lost like 6 of their last 8 games. They only won a couple in Boston by like putting 5 runs up in the 9th, and then they blew them out one time. But other than that, they've lost against the Sox a couple times. They've really done bad. So I don't see why we shouldn't be able to take at least 2 games in Cleveland. It is a division rival. I'm sure they'll take 1. That's just how that works. So 4-1 out of this. Then Detroit, again, not a reason that we shouldn't be able to sweep Detroit. We swept them the first time, then we split against them the second time in Detroit. I say we win 2 of the 3 again. Odorizzi is going up against Boyd, though. That's their ace. Odorizzi's basically our ace right now. Perez struggled last time. Barrios is our ace, but he hasn't been doing great. So he gets Boyd. That should be a great matchup. And the rest of the guys aren't great. So if we look right now, we are 2, 4, 6, and 2. Not bad. Let's go to Seattle. Seattle actually comes to us for 3 games. I think we can beat them again. I think we can sweep them again. Unless Kikuchi's pitching, I cannot see this far out for the schedules, the scheduled pitchers, I guess you should say. But again, unless Kikuchi's pitching, and maybe even if Kikuchi's pitching, there is no reason why we shouldn't be able to sweep them again. They are struggling. They're about as good as, Cleveland or the White Sox, right? They're about 500. So there's no reason that, our pitching has been dominant. Their pitching hasn't. They've really struggled lately. They've made a lot of errors. Even if we get Kikuchi again, we've seen him before. Granted, they've seen our pitchers before. That's how that works. Same with our division rivals and all that. But there's no reason why we shouldn't sweep Seattle. And even if we take 2 of the 3, as long as we win another series, that's all that matters. We should be able to win literally every series in this month. I'm not even joking. So, let's go to Kansas City. Kansas City's at home. We struggle in Kansas City, but we light them up at home. We don't lose to them at home. That should be an easy sweep. I'm saying out of every single, it is a division rival, but they're not Cleveland. They're not Detroit. They have nobody, right? They have Mondesi. Honestly, they have Dozier. That's about it. Hunter Dozier. We got everybody and more. Pitching, hitting, running, everybody. They have nothing. And they're coming to our house. I don't see how we lose a game against Kansas City at home. Going to their place is another story, but I don't see why we shouldn't be able to sweep them. And if we get right back on track, we could win 15 out of our first 20 games. Granted, we play Boston next, right? Boston is Boston. They'll heat up again. If we take 1 against Boston, I'll be happy with that. Even though it is at home, I would be happy with 1 against Boston right now. Again, I don't know who the pitchers are, which does, give us a big factor. Obviously, if, we get a couple easy teams, or easy pitchers, I should say, that's a different story. But if Sale goes, it depends who we get. So I would say take 1 against Boston, and that puts us about, let's see, if we sweep the Rays so far in June, so the next 2 games, take 2 of 3 in Cleveland, 2 of 3 in Detroit. We have 6-2. Sweep Seattle, sweep Kansas City. That puts us at 6. So, I can't do math. 12-2. Take 1 in Boston, so 13-4. Not bad. We go to Kansas City next, though. This, honestly, going to Kansas City and playing Tampa Bay, Boston, all in a row, it does get tough, right? We play Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Detroit at home, or Detroit at Detroit. Then we go Boston at Kansas City, versus Tampa Bay. Very tough teams, but take 2 against Kansas City in Kansas City. Shouldn't be a reason we wouldn't be able to sweep them or take 3, but I say we take 2 against Kansas City. Play Tampa Bay, take 1 at home. Maybe a little bit of a tough stretch right there, but if you're 13-4 and you win 2 in Kansas City, you lose 2, you're 15-6. Not bad. You take 1 against Tampa Bay at home. That's fine. You're 16-8. Perfect. You're 666. I love that. And then we get Chicago to end off the month. The last 3 games of the month. That's another sweep. Even if we drop 1 again and we go 18-7, very respectable for 25 games in the month of June. I'm not saying we need to have a May month again. Granted, if we get Cruz back and we get Garver back, there's no way that home run record is staying again. So we beat them, or we beat the home run record. Not saying we only have to hit home runs, but you know what I'm saying. If we hit the ball, it's going to go over the fence quite a few times. And we do as well as we did in May. Even if we do 3/4 as well as we did in May, we're going to be fine. Cleveland and the White Sox are struggling in second place, about 10 games back from us. There's no way we're going to drop that this month or anything like that. We're cruising. So, like I said, 17, 18 games in the month of May. I don't think that is unrealistic. Playing about 666 ball, that's awesome. We don't have the toughest month of June. There are a couple of matchups, though, that could give us some problems depending on who pitches. But other than that, I'm saying 17 to 18 games. And I know it's a little bit, hey, you said 18 to 20 for the month of May. Well, they were really hot. It's got to cool down eventually, right? But I think they'll do fine. And, hey, we drop a game to Cleveland. We drop a game to Houston. It's not the end of the world. So 17 to 18 games, excuse me. If we win 16 games, then I might start worrying. Just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. So 17, 18 games. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to know what you guys think, where we're going to finish, or which games we win, which games we lose, like I just did. So I want to know what you guys think, but we have some matchups. We have some good games at home. It should be a lot of fun this month. So that's all I got for you today. Make sure to come back for tonight's game review, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching.